I had to wipe actual literal cobwebs off of my tripod this morning because I'd left it outside in the garden for like a month. I'm sorry if I seem disinterested and like my heart isn't in it. The truth is it isn't, and I am disinterested. Like, I'm not currently hyperfixating on Spider-Man for once in my life. But a new movie came out, so I'm contractually obligated to talk about it, I guess. I've actually seen Spider-Man Far From Home. Is that what it's called? I literally could not remember what it's called. Twice now. The first time I saw it was in 3D, so I didn't actually remember anything that happened in it because I was too busy thinking about how travel sick I felt, and every so often I'd remember that I was wearing a second pair of glasses over my normal glasses in order to actually be able to see the film, and I just giggled to myself because I knew I looked ridiculous. So I couldn't even see it that well because 3D was a kind of bad invention, and I don't have any depth perception in my eyes anyway, so when like it's 3D I'm like I can't see that. I'm sorry, but I can't see that. But I don't want to wait another hour for the next showing, so I saw it in 3D and it wasn't a good time, apart from in that really trippy scene where like Peter's all confused because Mysterio is making him see things which are like holograms and stuff, and then there's like that zombie Iron Man who's like coming at you and he's got like spiders in his mask. That bit I was actually kind of terrified because I have like a very serious problem with arachnophobia, so like a giant 3D spider like as big as a cinema screen, that was kind of not fun. So yeah, I guess that scene kind of did its job. Well done, Marvel, you made me squeamish. On the second viewing, I actually took in the film and I enjoyed it. I'd give it like a 4 out of 5. I mean, I like Spider-Man, like, so I liked watching the Spider-Man movie. Tom Holland's a good Spider-Man. Like, they have the character of Spider-Man down. He's socially awkward. I did actually get second-hand embarrassment for some scenes, like oh boy, is he awkward, and obviously I like that because that's me. I'm Spider-Man. I'm Spider-Man. Saying that, he could be more awkward. I feel like they just need to like commit to it and just make him totally incompetent, like even more so, because I don't know, there's just some scenes where it's like I couldn't do that. Like, he'd have a conversation with someone and not entirely screw it up, and I'd be like, I couldn't see myself doing that, therefore I'm not entirely convinced that this is actually what Peter Parker would do here. So how about you just have him, like, every time he goes to say a sentence, it just, like, not come out what he means to say, and it just be, like, a jumble of words. Maybe he has to, like, redo every sentence, like, 3 times, so that in the final cut, it sounds like he's just bored because it said it 3 times. Everyone's complaint is that it took, like, an hour to get to actually Spider-Man things, and the first half was, like, a teen drama. And, like, there's a boy with a crush on a girl, and let's focus on what these teenagers are doing. They're on a school trip, and I liked that. Like, it felt like the Spider-Man movies that I grew up with that are just like about this sad teenage boy who like likes a girl but is useless, and like I care about these characters. Like, I like Peter Parker. I really like this version of MJ. Like, she's great. I like Ned. I think he's really cute and handsome and funny. So I could spend hours just looking at him. So I enjoyed that it took ages to get to the Spider-Man things because I was enjoying the drama. I care about the high school kids. and what they're up to and their relationships. So, screw it. I'm there for that. I don't care about the critics who want another fight scene. We've had enough fight scenes. You know? Endgame was full of them. And I don't want to watch Endgame again. That'll just make me sad. Apart from all the romance, this film's biggest deal is the fact that Tony Stark's dead. Yeah. I am glad that Tony Stark's dead. And this film didn't really do anything to make us like Tony Stark, which is good because I refuse to like Tony Stark. It was more focused on let's all be sad because Peter's sad that Tony's dead, rather than let's be sad that Tony's dead. Which, like, I'm sad that Peter's sad, most definitely, yeah. Because once again, that's me. But I'm definitely not sad that Tony's dead. I'm also sad that Happy is sad that Tony's dead. Because I like Happy. He's cute. On the theme that we hate Tony Stark, the villain in this movie is Mysterio, and his ordeal is he's like just this theatre kid, really. He was like fired by Iron Man or quit or something. I've watched it twice but I can't remember what happens. That's no, like, I'm not saying the film's bad, that's why I can't remember what happens. I just wasn't paying attention. So anyway, Mysterio is like sad because he hasn't got a job anymore, and so are loads of other people, so they're like unionised, which is a great idea, and they like doing community theatre, so they decided to put on like a production involving holograms, and like, yeah, some people die and they destroy some kind of neat architecture in London. But like, apart from that, I don't think Mysterio or like any of the people who work for him did literally anything wrong. And to be honest, I think it was kind of rude of Spider-Man to interrupt them when they were just trying to like put on a performance, you know? It's like, let the theatre gays do what they want. Jake Gyllenhaal, him, he's great. I don't know how to pronounce or spell his name, but you know who I mean. He's very handsome. 10 out of 10. Great performance in this. I like campy villains. I mean, I could ramble for ages about the problematic nature of making villains like that, essentially queer coding them, especially in like kids movies where you're essentially teaching kids to that sort of campiness is villainous. But also I'm gay and I like him, so he's cool, nice. I like men. Like, the villains in this movie just hammered home the point that Tony Stark is total garbage. Like, he was just a horrible man. Like, I understand that like Tony Stark as a character is entertaining to watch in the Iron Man movies, like how you like watching videos of car crashes, but I don't understand how people can sympathise or empathise or like Tony as a person, as a character. Like, even in death, Tony Stark managed to be a total screw-up by handing over loads of power and responsibility to Peter, who is like a literal child. That was just screwed up of him. Like, maybe don't do that, Tony. That's just like, why would you give weapons to like a literal 16-year-old? Like, I don't understand why anyone would want to defend that action, because that's messed up. I sure hope that the writers knew when writing Mysterio and like his gang that the audience would hopefully like be rooting for him, because if you're not, I think you need to assess your worldview and your priorities. I mean, obviously I love villains like that. That's obviously a huge plus for the movie. I'm not complaining at all that the villain was like perfectly sound in where he was coming from, because that's great. I like understanding where villains are coming from, because like, especially like a villain like this, compared to like Thanos, he just like was just one-dimensional evil, which is like, you know, that gets boring. So I like a villain who's like actually a human, like that you can relate to. That's fun. But to be honest, for the majority of this movie, I thought that Happy was gonna die at some point, because that's just the curse of being Spider-Man's parental figure. So I thought that because he slept with Aunt May, he was gonna die. Like, I thought that was just the curse that you get with Aunt May. You die a horrible death. But the film ended and he was still alive. And, like, I'm glad. But also, like, follow through with, you know, the rule that if you're a parental figure to Spider-Man, and if you sleep with Aunt May, you're definitely like double dead. This movie looked really good as well, like compared to a lot of recent Marvel films, like, you know, the last couple. It was actually quite visually pleasing. Like, I wasn't bored of the colour palette 5 minutes in, because, you know, there were some colours. I liked the like trippy sequences with all the holograms and stuff. They were actually like interesting to look at. And obviously it wasn't perfect. Like, I wouldn't go as far as to praise it on its visual aspects, but better than some films, so a point for trying to make it look interesting, I guess. And the soundtrack was actually okay as well. Like, in the background there was like some songs, which was also nice. I know this video is all over the place, but I'm going to talk about Mysterio some more because I really like him. The twist that he was actually a bad guy was actually really well done. It, like, on my second viewing, I could see like breadcrumbs being dropped, and I like that. I like when an audience can actually tell when a twist is coming up, because don't try to outsmart your audience, because if we don't know that a twist is coming up and it happens, we're just going to be lost and confused, and you don't want to lose and confuse us. Just like, let us know when something's going to happen, because I'm too stupid to understand complex plots. So at the end of this movie, Peter and MJ get together, they kiss, and like, I actually felt excited during this, which shows that it was well done, because usually like love stories within my superhero films, I'm really bored of them. Like, whenever it stops the action to like devote time to the romance, I'm like, I'm here for the plot, I'm here for the explosions, you know, I'm not here for romance. But it was fun. Like, I actually like them together as a couple. I like them individually as people. Like I said, I really like this MJ. So when they got together, I was actually happy, and like, I'm actually hoping that there will be another Spider-Man movie and that will focus on their relationship and give them screen time together, because like, that's actually like something I want to see. So well done there for making compelling characters that I want to see together and putting them together. That was lovely. Why did I make you decaf? I wish you had caffeine in. You're not even tricking me. Will you at least placebo me into being caffeine? Come on. Come on. You can do it. Be caffeine. You're useless. You're no good. I hate you. I like the texture of Tom Holland's hair. Is that tangentially related enough to the movie for me to bring it up? But he's got really nice textured hair. I like the little curls and how it starts to curl so close to his scalp that even when it's short you can tell that it's curled. I don't know if that's natural or if he does something to it, but In the scenes where it's messy, it's really nice. I like Tom Holland in general. I like his face. He just looks like this all the time. He like has no lips whatsoever, and I love that for him. And like, people still find him attractive, even though he doesn't have a mouth. And I think that's great. By people, I mean me. I mean, I think he's really cute. So, make of that what you will. This is the last movie where they used the Marvel intro, the one that we're currently seeing, right? With the characters. You know, the Marvel logo, that one. It's the last time where they're going to be using that, right? I'm excited to see what the new one looks like. I think it's going to have Captain Marvel, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange. Because Doctor Strange is going to be in more films, right? Because they mentioned him like 3 times in Spider-Man Far From Home. So, that means he's going to be like in more films, right? I think that's what that means. Otherwise it would have just been really strange for them to mention him so often in this film. Hey, what's the worst way I could hold a cup? Is it that way? I guess so. I guess Peter Parker is pretty incompetent in this movie. I just remember that there's a scene where he literally hits his head off of like a giant church bell like twice in a row. So I guess that classes him being incompetent. I enjoyed that scene. I enjoyed how stupid he was there. But then again, he also like manages to talk to a girl like with his mouth, and yeah, he stands up for himself too much as well. Be more of a pushover so I can relate to you. Okay, that will be the end of the video. I'm done now. I am bored. I'm not really that disinterested. I'm like trying to make more of a relaxed video. I'm trying to seem chill, but I know I'm coming across as asleep. I am also asleep. Okay, this was just a dream actually. I'm not actually here. Don't know how I'm gonna upload this. If I only made it. Oh, wouldn't it suck if I woke up and I actually hadn't made this video and I had to do it all again? I'd probably do a better job at it. Bye. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. See ya. Alright. Who's got my shoes? I think that's what he says. That was funny.